Hello everyone. Welcome to Marketing, focusing on advertising strategies. Today, we'll mainly cover the following 3 topics. First, we need to understand advertising objectives and budgeting methods. Next, we'll get familiar with advertising media. And also, we need to grasp programmatic advertising. In the process of product management, advertising is an indispensable part, and also a key method to boost product sales. So, how do we create an advertising budget? Now, I want to teach you the following methods. First is the according to your means method, which means the scale of your efforts should match your company's capacity. So, it's quite straightforward and easy to understand. The second method is the percentage of sales method, where you allocate your advertising budget as a percentage of sales, either overall or for a specific product. This determines how much or how little you spend on advertising. The third method is the competitive parity method, which involves setting your advertising budget based on what your competitors are spending. It's about matching the investment of your competitors. The last method is the objective and task method, which starts with clear advertising objectives, followed by the tasks needed to achieve them, and finally, listing all the associated costs clearly and one by one. So, these are the 4 advertising budget methods we have. In the future, when you are conducting product activities, you'll need to consider which method to apply. Feel free to ponder over this. Alright, moving on. Let's now dive into the topic of advertising media. What is advertising media? Advertising media involves evaluating various major media platforms to achieve specific objectives and the ability to communicate with the target audience. This helps in deciding which media to use. Different media vary in their reach, frequency, and impact value. For example, as we can see in pictures, there are traditional print media, television commercials, internet advertisements, and ads displayed on outdoor screens, among others. These are all forms of advertising media. They each have their pros and cons, and there's definitely a hierarchy among them. Let's take a look at what their strengths and weaknesses are. Starting with print media. You can see that newspapers, which we commonly use, help us learn about products. They are more often targeted at the local market, so their coverage in local markets is quite high, and they are easily accepted and trusted. However, in an era where smartphones are indispensable, the prevalence of newspapers has declined, making their timeliness somewhat short-lived. At the same time, there are significantly fewer readers now. This is a strength and weakness of newspapers. Now, let's take a look at magazines. The magazines we usually see have the advantage of longer shelf life, and they're passed around more. After I'm done with a magazine, someone else can continue to read it, so there's relatively more circulation. However, they also have disadvantages, such as a longer purchase cycle, and the issue of unsold copies. This constitutes inefficiency in some cases. Next, we have radio, which we're all familiar with. You can hear it every day in taxis. Easily accessible. Many radio media introductions are broadcast, with numerous advantages, but also several disadvantages. An advantage is its ability to be used frequently and in large quantities, targeting specific areas and demographics to reduce costs. However, its audio quality can affect the listening experience, and its fleeting nature is also a disadvantage. Its messages are transient. Lastly, we have television, which has a very high penetration rate today. It closely combines visuals, sound, and motion to effectively capture attention, resulting in a high reach. However, when it comes to the audience, television is watched by the whole family together, without specific targeting. So, this is a disadvantage. Another traditional method is direct mailing. Direct mailing can precisely target specific demographics, making it highly flexible. However, its downside is the high cost of mailing, leading to potential waste. The last one is outdoor advertising. Outdoor ads offer flexible placement and strong repetition. But their downside is the inability to choose the audience and limited creativity. Next, let's learn about programmatic advertising. Programmatic advertising uses artificial intelligence to purchase ads based on targeting algorithms, offering efficient and intelligent advertising opportunities for precise marketing, enhancing both marketing and advertising effectiveness. It's a process that boosts both. Thus, programmatic advertising follows specific workflows, which we'll examine in the following diagram. Let's take a look at the next figure. Next, let's learn together about the differences between programmatic and traditional advertising. Programmatic advertising can be updated in real time, giving advertisers more control. Advertisers also have more flexibility. But the use of programmatic advertising ultimately determines its success. It relies on the automation of big data and media technology, as well as the integration of expertise. So, it has both advantages and disadvantages. Now, let's summarize what we've learned today. First, we learned about advertising objectives and budgeting methods. The second topic was advertising media. And the third topic was programmatic advertising. These were the knowledge points we covered today. That concludes all the topics we've learned today. Thank you, everyone, for watching.